All right, well, this is going to be part two of probably three parts of this little Fleabay edition. Normally, I try and do these all in one thing, but I spent way too much time when I actually recorded this. So we'll break this down into, I think, probably three videos. I'll try and get them out as quick as I can to you. And, enjoy. Hopefully you can find a little bit of information here that's useful to you. Somebody's got 7B Shaper Way felt wiper set, brand new, $9.99 and free shipping. That's probably not a bad deal. New set of wipers, and all they are is felt. They're just cutout felt, four pieces of cutout felt for your $10 for on your shaper. That's, you can make them yourself just as easily, but $10, there's that point of diminishing returns for you. Do you want to spend the time and effort to track down materials and make your own, or do you just want to buy a set? So I leave that one to you. That I don't think is a bad deal. Here we got 3D printed handles and crap like that. I think we've looked at a lot of this stuff here before. It's the same crap. Same crap. I don't see a whole lot there that intrigues me beyond that. Now here's a new felt wiper set, another set of replacement wiper sets. They want $19.98 and $5.40 shipping. Now I will say, when we look at these look to be a little bit better quality. They look to be thicker felt. These would have been cut on a laser. You can see the burned edges here from where they were cut on a laser, which that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But there's another option for them. And when we compare these, whoever had the last one listed, I would probably be a little bit more inclined to be spending the $25 for a set of these than I would the ones that maybe don't look quite as quality as these are. So, set of felt washers for the counter shafts, $405. They're on sale and $5.45 shipping. I'm not going to go look at those, but I would imagine they're about the same. Now here's a new set of retainers for the shaper. They want $17.05 or best offer. I won't go and look at these either, but these, the felts bolts for the wipers, look to be pretty good. The covers for them are going to be 3D printed, and we know I don't think too highly of 3D printed stuff there. So, we won't delve into that too much, but that's the way that goes. And that pretty much finishes up shapers. Let's look at mills. And there again, I'm going to skip over a bunch of stuff unless it just grabs my attention. Now here is a 7x7 cross-slide universal vise. Wonderful condition. Wonderful condition. They want $200 or best offer. And I don't see anything about shipping. $25 shipping. This, as shown in pictures, wonderful condition. So this one, let's look at the pictures of this. I think this is a fair deal. The guys are wanting $300 and $400, $500 for these, and they're beat to crap. This one actually looks to be in pretty good condition, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here, but it's not all chewed up, not all rusted up and pitted out, been drilled. I don't see any marks in the table here on top, other than there is some rust. There's some staining on it, I guess. I won't call it rust, but you can see quite a bit of staining on it. Maybe there are a few little pock marks down in here, but all in all, from what we normally see on these, this is in pretty good condition. And you normally see these, like I say, at $300 and $400. So I think this is actually a fair buy if you're looking for one of these. The only place I would really want one is to use on a drill press. And I don't do that much, but if you don't have a mill, why, this might be a decent option. I don't really see anything wrong with this. Now this table will fit on a Atlas 10-inch cross slide. It takes the same mounting underneath as the compound does, and as things like the milling attachment. They mount the same way. So this is another option for you. So yeah, for 200 bucks and $25 shipping, I think that's a fair deal. Now here's an MFC milling machine vise, indexer and accessories, pre-owned, 2,600 bucks, no bids or best offer and free local pickup. There again, way overpriced. This description says everything works properly, currently wired 220, 115, 221, except for needing a little cleaning. This is a very nice tight machine, missing one side cover as noted in images. Accessories and pictures including the vise are part of the sale. Spent nearly 30 years in a maintenance room locally and 20 plus years lightly used in a wood shop by me. No. Okay. Got an overarm support. They say this is an MFC. Now it's missing this cover right here. Let's go ahead and bring these pictures up a little bit closer and see what we see here. This is rusted to crap. It's got the power feed, although I don't see a handle sticking out here, and I don't see a kick out for it. This is a rusted up piece of, and I say rusted up, it probably for the most part will clean up. 7/8 inch drawbar with spacers, so it does have that. Maybe we should stay. Okay, so we've got a factory milling machine vise. We've got the handle. We do have an end mill holder, although I don't see a drawbar anyplace here. A couple of milling cutters. This tailstock does not go with it. This 5C collet indexer does not go with it. So they're probably functional, but they're not appropriate to the machine, and like this tailstock is not going to, I think probably going to be a little bit oversized for the machine. I could be wrong. It's an MFC 11215. Look at this grime and rust. Now there's some rust underneath there. This is not all just grime. I think the most of it is, and maybe it all is, but I bet we find a fair amount of rust down underneath this machine. This guard's gone. This is going to be the later cover because it's screwed on rather than part of the casting. Now you do find these covers, and I think I saw one earlier when I was looking today. They're about 40 bucks, so that's not a big deal, but this is welded steel table. It's just somebody's piece of crap table that it's bolted to, which is fine. I mean, that works fine for what you want to do, but not even close to being original. So when I look at this, is this a $2,600 machine? No, this is, with everything that's there, this is a $1,200 machine. You know, less than half. Less than half. So 6-inch lathe milling attachment, and I'm not going to go and look at milling attachments here, I don't think at all. There's a whole bunch of them listed. This one they want $4.99 in shipping. The one that's for a 6-inch. The one below is 10, 12-inch, $360 for best offer and free shipping. See if they show any other ones. Well, there's a whole bunch of them listed. You know, a milling attachment, whether it's for a 6-inch or whether it's for a 10, 12-inch, they're worth at the outside 250 bucks, you know, and that's in perfect condition. Most of these should be $175 or $200 is what they should be priced at, yet they put them out here. And it's interesting, as you look through this stuff, I periodically will save things in my watch list. Now, I've not really looked at Fleabay stuff here for probably, seriously, for a month and a half or a couple of months. I may have done a Fleabay edition, but I haven't really gone in and looked at my watch list. And I went in and looked at it today, and stuff that I saved 6 months or a year ago are still listed there for the same price they wanted. You know, every once in a while you get an offer where they're giving you 10% off or 20%, usually 10 at the most, 5 or 10%. but the machines are still there. And the idea with these sellers is for little or no money, they can leave them listed there forever until some pigeon comes along and is foolish enough to give them what they want. Now, I do notice here, Vintage Atlas 6-inch joiner model 6001 table elevation adjustment knob, MF38 pre-owned, $36.99. I had not paid close enough attention to realize this, and this listing, and I won't go look at it. This is the round knob. I guess we should go look at it so we see what it actually is. It's this round knob right here, and this one's pitted out, had moisture and stuff over time, but this actually came on the wood joiner. So you would occasionally, or I have occasionally seen these show up on Fleabay here for on the milling machine, and that number is a milling machine number. Apparently, well, not apparently, obviously, they have used these on some of the wood machines, because this is an Atlas joiner here. So potentially you may be able to, if you're looking for things like this knob too, as a matter of fact, there's a potential that we may be able to go and look through the wood machines for the Atlas wood shop machines and be able to find these same replacement parts. And I had not realized that. You know, I've been dealing in the metalworking machines for a long time now, and I had not realized the crossover between the wood shop machines and the metal shop machines. So that may be an option to find parts, and it may be a thing to capitalize on to force some of these sellers to drive the prices down, because if they're wanting $40 for them on a metalworking machine, you may potentially be able to go through the wood shop listings and find them for $15, $20, something like that, and save a fair amount of money. So that's an option that we have for finding replacement parts for some of the metalworking machines, and possibly vice versa. Here's another Atlas milling shaper vise. Got the handle. They want $400. Well, these are $250. Is what they're worth. Another vise handle, new open box. I think this is the one they said they thought was new old stock. $110 or best offer. That may be the same one. 6-inch milling attachment, $265 and $15 shipping. You know, $265 may not be too bad. This one looks kind of grungy from the big pictures, but I'm still going to say it's at the outside $250, $225, $250. There's one right below it. Atlas Craftsman 10-12-inch lathe milling attachment, appears new old stock, new open box. So this is from a seller that we see. He wants $449.95 and $53.06 shipping. So he wants $500 for this. It's from a seller that we see a lot of. Appears to be new old stock. Now, I will say it looks very good. Is it? And it's got the paperwork and everything. If it's new old stock, it's been beat around some. So I'm still not going to say it's not worth. And there again, what do you care if it's new old stock or not? As a user, it's going to be worth $250. Let's look at this here now. Even if it's new old stock, it's been sitting around a while. There's quite a bit of staining here on this, and those look like slider marks right there. I could be mistaken. Same way we look at this screw head. Looks like there may have been some adjustment there. Now, I could be wrong. That may just be a scarf. It may have fallen over. It may have been a manufacturing defect. Who knows? But it's not. You know, there's quite a bit of staining in through there on the uncoated cast surfaces. So maybe it is new old stock, but it's not worth $500. You know, it's just not. There again, look at this. Look at this. Is that staining, or is that some other wear mark? You know, the top of the cutter marks are definitely worn off there. It hasn't been used much. You know, I mean, I'm not slamming it for its actual condition and saying it's not at least close to as it was represented. But look up through the corners, through these upper corners here, both corners, and see it. Even if it's new old stock, it's been beat around enough. There again, look at all the paint chips there and stuff. It's not worth $500 in your door. You know, it's a $250 attachment. So there we go, you know. Here's a 6-inch. They want $3, $24, and $25 that is rusted up. You know, it's got surface rust all over the thing. Another one for $400 for a 10-inch, plus shipping. Okay, here is a Atlas horizontal mill, $2,100. And I remember looking at this one too. Says, just says great shape. In great shape. It's not worth $2,100. So what we got here is, let's look at the big pictures. And I think there's only 4 pictures here. There's not enough to tell us everything we want to know about this machine. Plating is off of that handle there, which is not a big deal. This is a later machine for a overarm support. Drilled for the overarm support there. And this is where the overarm support clamps on. That's not the original lock. Those are not the original screws holding the end on. All of the colors gone off of these plates, and you'll notice on this machine that there are 2 different colors, at least 2 different colors. This door, I initially thought, that's not the proper knob for there. I initially thought that there was no paint on this one. Now see, this is an earlier casting because it just has the pin going through, and the center part of the casting is cast into the headstock. So it'll be earlier in that respect. Got an arbor, got the driver for it. I don't know what this screw and hole is for. It does not have the overarm support. It's got the hole for the overarm support, and that's the threaded hole for the lock right there. Got both the top. Now this arbor bar is going to be interesting once we get to looking at it, because somebody's done something goofy there too. From this side, motor's been repainted. So how come? The whole machine's been, the main castings have been repainted. See, now there's quite a bit of discrepancy in color between this and the knee. There again, that knob's not correct. This lock handle, that's the later style lock handle. I'm not sure why it's hanging clear down here. This is a lock pin. There's the upper detent, and I believe the lower detent should be right in there at about 30 degrees. I don't think it should be clear down here at the bottom, so I'm not sure what's happening there. These holes are proper for the lubrication tank. We've got a cog belt on there, which is a little bit heavier. Now initially I thought it didn't have this guard going on the top, but when you look down here, there's the front of that guard. All of that knob's been changed, and I believe that just threaded in right there originally. So it's been re-drilled there. You don't get a real good picture of that guard, so I'm not sure which guard is on here, or which style of guard is on here. All been painted. You know, all of these nuts and screws have been painted over. This is not the proper pulley for on here. Next picture here is just the front. I don't know that we see anything here. No kick out. Wrong lock. We've already talked about that. Table's not in bad shape, although it's got some markings to it. That handle, as we talked about before, that handle's got no platings wore off of that. And from looking at that handle, comparing here to this one, I would wonder if that handle's been replaced at some point in time. Now this is the one that's a little bit more telling to us. That's not the proper pulley there. This is not the proper pulley there. We talked about before all the paint being gone off of here, and you can see the discrepancies in the colors of paint. So parts have been replaced on this machine, quite a bit of them I think. But this arbor support, we've got a set screw in this end, and we've got a square broached hole in this end, which almost looks to me like it would be a boring bar for a really huge machine. And the arbor support that would originally been on this machine, even though this is the right diameter, probably would have only come to about here. So I'm not sure exactly what they've done there, but this is kind of cobbled together, a lot of this. So we're back, so you can see a discrepancy in color between there and there too. You know, so at least parts of it have been repainted, parts of it have been reworked, and who knows really what they've done. No drawbar. No drawbar. But anyway, that's what we got there. And we should still be seeing a drawbar with that. And there you can see a little bit more of that guard right there. But that still does not tell me which guard this actually is. There's 3 different styles of guards that can go on here. And I'm not sure which one of these it is. So what were they asking for this machine? 2,100 bucks. You know, this is a $800 machine, maybe a $900 machine. No more than that to me. Shouldn't be more than that to you either. Now see, here's another XY table, and we could go and look at it all. I haven't. They want $425 and $92.65 shipping. Now the only thing this table has that the other one doesn't is it does have the what's the description say? It's interesting to see if they're telling us lies or not. Nice condition, everything works as it should. See pictures for condition. Comes with everything seen in pictures. Yeah, it doesn't really tell a whole lot about it in the description, other than a little bit of propaganda to what they want you to know. Now the advantage that this does have is this does have the vice jaws that go here. It's got basically an angle plate here, and then this adjustable vise that I suppose we could look a little bit closer. These screws tighten it up. So I've been going to reproduce these, but I haven't done it yet. You know, one more project. These are probably not the proper screws to hold either of those down. They did have an Allen head here. Doesn't look like it has the guard that went on the end here, which was the same guard that fit the 6-inch Atlas machine cross slide to cover that portion of the screw. Rusted out, holes there. What else do we got here? We got quite a few pictures. Yeah, there. Yeah, see, there would have been the guard for the 6-inch Atlas cross slide would screw right on there. Not in great shape. I mean, it would clean up and be okay. A little bit of a ding where they dropped it there. It looks to be complete with the exception of the got it going on here. That may just be a gate, casting gate there. With the exception of missing the one guard and the holes drilled in the table, it would all clean up and be pretty decent. But it's not worth nearly what they're asking for it. You know, this is a with that vice jaw, which has a little bit of that era correct or machine correct. This is a $250 machine. This is a $225 attachment. Milling attachments, $319 are best offer and free shipping. Now those are both 6-inch. Second 6-inch, $285 and $23. These are worth 200 bucks.